imagining.
I know it's weird having that there, and you probably will never forget it's there.
I'll get used to the fact that it's there.
Well, hi everybody. Welcome back to Broken and Brilliant. I'm Carrie O'Toole with Carrie O'Toole Ministries, and I have a really exciting announcement today. We have a brand new co-host. We'll pause for applause. Yay! This is Jenny Presdee. Welcome.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
So it's kind of exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Now Melinda and her family just moved to Idaho.
Yes.
And they're, sounds like they're doing great, making a new life for themselves, and really exciting. And actually we met through Melinda.
That's right.
Which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
So we were at a women's event, and I'm trying to think what drew me to you. I think we were kind of going around the room and everybody was introducing themselves, and you started talking about your tattoos.
Right.
And that always is something that's just like, well, that's an interesting topic,
Yeah.
So we kind of got to know each other, and I approached you in the kitchen. Do you remember that?
Yep.
And we just kind of hit it off, and I was like, there's something about this lady. I just really liked meeting you.
Thanks. Yeah.
So anyway, we kind of became friends through that.
Yeah. Yes, no, Melinda was responsible for dragging me into all sorts of things. No, I'm really grateful. It was coming on the end, the season of finally beginning to feel better, and after the history I've had with health, and just, I kind of had a reclusive season, so didn't know people, and got connected with Melinda, love her dearly, and she would begin to drag me to these places, and I've met some really incredible people through her, and this is a friendship I'm so grateful for.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I was going to say, for anybody watching, Jenny told her story on 2 separate podcasts that we did earlier, so look those up on YouTube on our channel, and we'll link them here too. So if you want to hear a little bit more about you and your story, that would be great. But, so Melinda moved, and I knew this was coming, and I was thinking about it, and it's like, well, I really enjoy having a co-host, and part of the reason it feels like it takes a little of the pressure off of me, because if I'm sitting here one-on-one with somebody and I blank, who's going to do anything about that? It's all me. Or what if I can't think of anything, or I have no good questions, or, we just sit there and stare at each other, which has never happened because I'm a talker. But anyway, I was thinking about it, and we've just gotten to know each other a little bit better. And what I really want for this podcast is diversity. I want some differences in gender, in ethnicity, in age, in different stages of life, And that was one thing I loved about Melinda, because she's, I don't know how much younger than me she is, but maybe a decade or so, something around there.
Okay.
But her kids were younger, and same with you. So tell us a little bit about your family, and
Yeah. So I've got 4 kids. My eldest is 12. Then I have a daughter who's 10. Then a son who's 8 and a son who's 6.
Okay.
So yes, and my eldest is entering middle school this year. So
full family, and
yes,
lots of life,
lots of adventure, lots of work.
Well, and what I love about that is, my kids are college age, so I want to be relatable to people at all different phases. And so if I have a guest come in and we're talking about something, I want to have somebody that will bring in the perspective of, a different age or a different generation or something.
Yeah.
So, and I just know we see things, a lot of things I think we see very, very similarly, but you bring a fresh perspective and something that maybe I wouldn't see. And so I'm just super excited about it. What made you decide that you were willing?
Well, I think in a funny way, the deciding factor for me was that I was terrified to do it. But I realized what a step out of my comfort zone it was, and I don't mean to always be referring to this, but to the sickness that but I've realized that it had been with me for so long that it had become a real defining factor for me, and something that and I want it to be something that I've journeyed through, not who I am. And so for me, it was a godsend opportunity to think, no, I'm gonna go and concentrate and focus on something that has nothing to do with my health, nothing to do, and begin to define myself outside of that. So and I just thought, when you have opportunities and they terrify you, you should take them.
Well, and figure out why they're terrifying you. I mean, if if there's a predator after you, that's a good reason to be terrified.
That's true. That is very true. Yeah.
Thankfully, I'm not one, but if I were, you'd want to run.
That's right. No, and I think, what I suppose what I mean is when you have an experience that highlights an insecurity, when you're scared because you're insecure, about yourself, and there's probably good reason that shouldn't be there, that it's probably there because of your own limited view, and it's a chance to step outside of that and challenge that.
And go, you know what, I can do this anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, what's been so fun for me, and I'm excited to bring you in on it, is I have met some of the most amazing people, and it kind of cracks me up because I'm like, I'm having this person on the show, and I've maybe heard of them or heard about them. I email them, hey, you want to be a guest? And it's just amazing that people are willing to do this. It's like they may not even have a clue who I am or where this is going or whatever. And sometimes I don't know where it's going either. And, some of these podcasts have really gone nuts, and others have just been very modest in the viewership. And so it's interesting. I don't know where it's going to go either.
Yeah.
But
that was the second deciding factor. Once I was able to confront that, and I thought, actually, it's not about my insecurity. I'm going to get to meet these amazing people, and it really is about them. And in a really selfish way, I'm really excited to learn and to grow and to meet and to add to my experience and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Well, and what I found so interesting is here we're meeting with these profound people, and sometimes I watch podcasts or I'm watching TV or whatever, and I think, oh, I wish somebody would ask them that. And they don't do it. Yeah. It's like, how cool, a private little session, and we get to ask them anything we want to ask them, and it's all up to us.
Yeah. My daughter told me, we were talking about this as a family, and my 10-year-old said to me, a safe question we can always ask is what their favorite color is. Mommy, if you're ever at a loss, just ask them what their favorite color is.
Well, maybe we can start with that with our first guest.
So if I pull out that card,
we're sinking fast.
I'm really at a loss. So tell me.
And why?
Exactly.
What's your favorite color and why?
That's right. It's like,
how long has that been your favorite color? And then we'll present them with crayons. That'll be great. Well, do you have any questions about doing this? What are your fears? What are your thoughts? Anything you want to bring to it that we've never done before?
I don't know. I think I'm anxious to add to it. I'm anxious to enhance. I think it was, what has been built and what is being built is really great. And so I'm just anxious to help bring life.
To be a part.
To be a part and to say, whoa, I'm not quite sure what's going to come either, but I'm up for it.
Well, it's interesting. I was on a podcast for somebody else recently, and they had sent me the whole questionnaire and wanted to make sure everything was, in order, and they knew exactly which questions and kind of knew what I was going to say. Yeah. And so then I had her on as a guest one time, and she's like, well, what questions? I'm like, oh, we kind of wing it here. And I think that really made her nervous. But it's been interesting because sometimes you think you're going to talk about one topic and it sort of goes a different direction. Yeah. And I'm just finding, I kind of pray about it beforehand, and it's like, whatever needs to come out, let it come out, and let's just see where it goes. And it really has been so interesting to me because you can really tell which topics resonate with people. I met with somebody last week who said that they've been watching these almost every morning, like with coffee.
Oh, excellent.
And they've just been, we have, I think, 40 podcasts right now. Mm-hmm. They've been watching every one of them, and it's kind of like in like my mom's generation, mm-hmm. they used to sit around the table with mm-hmm. women and have their coffee and talk about these kinds of things. And she said, I don't have a group of friends where we sit and talk about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to get these authentic relationships and conversations going. So to be able to sit in with you guys while you're doing that, she said, it's just like...
That's so neat.
So that's what I'm hoping to bring, and what I love about you, Jenny, is that you're very authentic, you're not a faker at all. And I love that because I'm not a faker either. Right. And so, it's like, let's be real in here and bring that out and encourage others to be real too, because life's messy and it's hard and yet there's good in the midst of it. So.
Yeah, no, that's right. And that's what I really appreciate about what you do, and what I've seen is that you are being yourself, and you are bringing, and when you are being authentically you, I'll use that word too, it facilitates something that's real as well. And it wouldn't be you to have a script and all that kind of stuff. And that's great, because you don't want to bring what everybody else is bringing. You want to bring what you're bringing. And
well, that's so interesting because, I think we all struggle here and there with comparison, and you may look at another podcast, well, they have tables and this kind of mic, and I wonder if my decor is okay, and should we be drinking, should I be standing, right. All these different things, and it's like, this is what we do. Mm-hmm. We can change it if we want, but for right now this is what we do, and it's not that big a deal, and let's just let it go and see where we end up. Right. So it's kind of fun. Well, so glad to have you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. I'm excited.
Yay. Yeah. And we will see you all next time here with our new host, Jenny, on Broken and Brilliant.